All right, welcome back to Everyone Needs an Aquarius. We are back. We are back in the building. Dom, what has been going on?
It has been a day. It's been a week. We just got back from spring break, and I'm trying to take it easy. And I'm rambling really fast because I'm trying to hurry up and get it out because there's a lot to get out. Okay, number one. I had a student bust their head today. And it was what's crazy about this whole situation is that I was I moved these chairs. I separated them because the younger brother has started to climb and jump on the chairs, jump across like like little lily pads and stuff like he in Mario World. So I separated the chairs. I spread them out so it would be, I put some of them up, but spread out the other chairs that were left so he could not jump across them.
Okay.
The older brother gets up and elopes from the table at lunch and trips, falls, bam, and I'm facing him so I saw how hard his head hit the chair. And when he bounced back, his head bounced back, I immediately saw this deep gash. And I just swooped him up and like made him we like pretty much power running, power walking to the nurse's office because I'm like, I could get him there before the blood comes out. But before that blood started coming out, I could just see how deep it was. So that happens. We have another girl. We have another kid. She has a meltdown at pickup time. We're waiting on the bus for her to get on. Full out meltdown, screaming bloody murder, and it's a high pitched scream for 20, 30 minutes. Then I'm almost home. I'm on one of the side streets that I take to cut up to get to the main road to get to my house. There's a car in the middle of the street. So we go around, and as I go around, we petty. So we like to look because, like, dang, you can put your blinkers on or whatever. So I'm looking, and I see the person in the car slumped over. I'm talking to my sister, and I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? I just want to go home. So I park my car, throw it in reverse, like real quick, park it, hop out, and I'm walking up to the car, and I see that this person is still slumped over. So now I'm knocking on the window real hard, just bamming, bamming, bamming. I can see the person is breathing, but they're like not responding to me. So bamming, bamming, bamming. The guy finally wakes up, and it's like he had to snap out or whatever. And I think he might have been drunk. I should have called the damn cops when I knocked the first few times. He did not answer me. His car was not even in park. When
Oh
he woke
wow.
up, the car jerked forward. And I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm okay. And then he drives off, like slowly drives off. The motherfucker didn't even say thank you.
Oh, of course he didn't. Of
I've
course
had
he
a day, and I made me a big old Irish coffee with like 2 shots of liquor, and here we are.
did.
Here we are. So that has been my day, and I know I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like I'll be whining and complaining. This is just my life. This is just my life at the moment, and this too shall pass. But today, baby, how are you, bestie?
Ah, man, I'm all good, man. I mean, this has been a long week so far, man, but it's been all good. We are in the final four of the 90s music bracket for the crowning the best uh uh 90s group of all time. Um it's a doozy right now. We're in the final four. It is TLC going up against New Edition. Apropos that we'll be talking about them momentarily. Um and Jodeci going against Boys the Men. All the number one seeds made it. Now, the rounds before that, we had some crazy stuff happening. TLC almost didn't make it out of the when everything started happening with Chilli. They almost end up losing to I believe it was let me just check and see. I'll just tell y'all directly who it was. It got tight for them for a minute. It was like it was very, very tight for TLC, and I believe it may be the Sweet 16. 702 it was 702 that gave him a run. 702 gave
Yeah,
him a run.
702. Listen, I still love you.
Oh no, it's a hard no. They got some. And it's even sadder, kind of, because they could have even been even bigger if it wasn't for their internal struggles as well.
Yeah, I mean that resurgence, that period was really good. And I'm a huge 702. I'm a fan of
Oh yes,
702.
702 is the shit.
So they've as a group they've dealt with a lot too. They have had a lot of adversity to overcome, to say the least.
Yeah.
You know, yeah,
So let's
that's
get
a tough
get
one.
into it.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, but the thing is that some people are getting upset, of course, with different choices, things like that. But it's like, everybody. We've had, shout out to everybody that voted every round. We've had average of 300 and some people voting every round, man. Which
I
is
love
awesome.
it. I love it. I'm
So
proud
I
of
mean,
y'all. I'm proud of y'all. That is definitely iconic.
yeah. So I'm thinking of ones for next year. I think this one was an easier one because it was less like when we start getting into solo acts, stuff like that. It's just so many people, man. When you start getting into solo acts, so that's the only thing that's going to be a little bit harder of an undertaking. I think if we do solo acts, that's gonna be a harder one. But we'll figure out another one for the next one.
I'll make a guesstimate.
Mm-hmm.
I think a New Edition ends up beating Jodeci. And
in the final, and that's the final, you think?
In the final, I think in that round, like what you have right now, you have the final four.
Mm-hmm.
I think for sure. I think New Edition beats them, and here's my why. Though they have had different lineups, but still the main lineup. It'd be between Bobby and Johnny. Coming. Is Bobby gonna be there? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing. But for the most part, their run, they've been able to transcend multiple decades. They were child stars, and even with the drama behind the scenes, they have still been able to come back together and put out really solid projects. Because the other day I was like, "Girl, give me your number."
Yeah,
because we're gonna get high.
And that was a hit just in the early 2000s.
That was no
Hot Tonight. Hot Tonight's name is
Hot Tonight is in early 2000s.
Yeah, it's early 2000s. Yeah.
What year is that?
It's got to be like 04.
Okay.
It's about 04.
It's a little later than that.
No, it's 04.
Okay.
What year does it say it is? I'm asking you.
Oh, it's 04.
That's what I thought.
I thought it was like, I thought it was a little later than that. I thought it was like,
no, I'm a New Edition guy, man. I know.
Yeah, I thought that was. I feel like that was so much later.
But still, I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4 decades with a hit in it.
Yeah, and so I think that's why, because we had Jodeci for this brief window.
That's the thing. But they made so much of an impact. The fact that they made it this far and they was the number 1 seed shows a lot about Jodeci.
It does, but I think that people now, a little bit of devil's advocate, and we went through the whole thing about the Jodeci thing and me going back and listening to albums at my big age. I was like, the singles that they released were definitely right to be the singles, because to me, nothing else really stood out on their projects to me. But I feel like I go and listen to New Edition, and there are multiple, you know what I mean? And I think why Jodeci made an impact for that time, I mean, because them niggas was crying in the desert, in leather outfits. So from a fashion standpoint, are we talking about
the fashion and
then aesthetic? Okay, yes. But it didn't. Even I remember talking to like my homeboy Clint, because he had that podcast at one point. Music is the love language, and so with Case, and so I feel like even when I was talking to him about it, he was like, "You're not missing anything." He's like, "Are people saying, oh, go and turn on that Jodeci?" He's like, "No," and I'm like, "You're right." But I did go turn it on.
No, I would. See, that's what I disagree with Clinton. People
That's
do say
what I'm
turn on
also
Jodeci.
like, but you know what I mean? But I think it's also one of those things where, and maybe I interpret it wrong, but I know for a fact that he told me I'm not missing nothing.
No. I would say their albums aren't as complete albums as other groups. I will say that, but they hits are mega hits. When they hit, they hit.
Yeah,
And they have 4 or 5 songs on every album. That's gonna be that's all you can ask for from an album.
They had was it 3?
3 albums. 3 albums.
3. Okay.
Before they got a newer one that came out in like 2013, 2014. We won't count that.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
Was Devontae swinging around with that purple haired mohawk?
No. He is. They got a video for the first single off. The first 2 singles off there are pretty dope, but other than that, it's just okay. They got like the one they got one that's they're in the snow. It's like the snow version of the desert version, but it's in the snow. So they basically.
Let me tell you this. I feel like if you could count Casey and JoJo's projects, they could take New Edition.
Casey and JoJo, they all act. They're their own act in the bracket.
Yeah.
I didn't like the Casey JoJo run.
Listen, let me tell you, the one Casey JoJo song I hated is All My Life. Everything else, that fucking crazy song, I love that song. It was so good.
Only like life.
Because Thomas,
every moment is the song, y'all. The single I'm talking about, where they in the snow. They did the snow version of Cry For You. Where in the desert.
That's a really tough category. I'd be interested. What you should do as people are voting and you're seeing the votes come in, maybe put in 90s chat, because
no, I was gonna release all the actual votes, like votes.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, it's like, is there a way where you can put a why? Like, why are you voting? I'd be interested. Why did these people vote for Casey? Not Casey and JoJo, Jodeci, and why did they vote for New Edition? If there's a way that you could put a comment box and say, put the why you're voting for them in the comment box, and then it's
okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
TLC, and who was TLC up against?
TLC is up against New Edition.
Okay, TLC is up against New Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then who is Jodeci?
Boys the Men against Jodeci.
Oh, okay, sorry, I got it mixed up. Jodeci is taking that simply because that would have been harder if it was Jodeci and New Edition. I'm gonna just be.
Oh yeah. But I think
that would have been too good.
Yeah.
And then if it was Boys to Men with TLC, Boys to Men is definitely taking it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Jodeci is definitely taking that. But you still put the why. I'll be interested to know why people are voting the way, and to see how many people say, "Oh, because Chilli is MAGA." Let's get into it.
Okay, but look, Chilli is
allegedly.
Yeah, so set the table for some of our listeners that may not know. It's pretty out there now. Chilli from the group TLC. So this started at first. I thought that somebody jammed her up, but I guess it started that she reposted a thing talking about Michelle Obama looking like a man. That's what started to kick this off.
Yep.
I thought it was somebody else, and I think it was somebody else that pushed it, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And then she unposted. I guess she claimed somebody else. Blah blah blah.
That new repost.
Yeah.
So she undid it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then I guess somebody saw that, and from the I forgot the publication. But they have like, let's go look in this. Let me go look and see what she donated to.
Mm-hmm.
So they went to find out she had donated up to 17 different conservative MAGA groups in 2020, between 2016 and 2024. Mostly in 2024, all right before the election.
Mm-hmm.
3 months leading into the election.
Mm-hmm.
It all comes out. Then they start finding out tweets that she's liking and stuff like that. So then Chilli comes out with this here.
Hey guys, I wanted to come on here to address a few things that's circulating on the internet that's very concerning to me. Let me say this first. I have the utmost respect and admiration for Michelle Obama, and I would never say or do anything that is disrespectful to her or to any woman. I would never do that. And I had no clue that this repost had happened until I started getting phone calls and text messages from everybody, and I immediately went to my page to see what was going on. Now, mind you, I'm not very computer savvy, so I'm looking for this repost button, and I see that all of these buttons are very, very close to each other. And clearly I was scrolling and my thumb hit the repost button. Again, I had no clue that something like this happened until I got all the calls. But of course, I took that down, and, you know, I would never post anything like that. I would never do something like that. That is not my character. I have supported the Obamas. I gave to the campaign, both runs, voted twice for him, and supported the organization that Michelle had in the schools for exercise for the kids. I would never do anything that's harmful or hateful to anybody. You know, I'm just not wired like that. That's just not who I am. And when it comes to organizations that I have donated to, these are the things that support the veterans. You know, I have always supported them, not just now, but for years. This is not something new. So I just wanted to let you guys know, you know, this from me, you know, that I would never do anything so disrespectful, and I would just never, I'm just.
Right there, she's like, y'all gonna cancel me, huh? Right there, this moment, she's like,
it's not about hate or anything like that. You know, if you look on my page and see my posts, it's all about love, faith, and connection. That's what I'm all about. You know, and I've always been that way, and I will continue to be just that way. So I just want to thank you guys for, you know, your love and your support, and just taking the time to listen to me right now. I really, really appreciate that.
All right. Dom, so she releases that. What did you feel when you saw that at first, before we dive in a little bit deeper?
Violin. Girl. Okay. I am sick of, you ain't that damn old to not be computer savvy. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to, like, to me, is you trying to save face because y'all about to go on this tour? Are y'all trying to get people to buy tickets to support whatever you be doing or whatever? And I was like, you know, what's funny is I was telling somebody, I was like, damn, Chilli's starting to look old lately. Remember, it seemed like it was a period of time she really didn't age. Mm-hmm. And I was like, is it because she dating that boy, Matthew Lawrence, or is it, and then you find out about this, and then it's this. And I was like, oh, because you don't have no soul, you don't have no sense. And so it's kind of like when Pharrell said the thing about Black Lives Matter, how I don't relate to him, all lives matter, and all of a sudden he started looking old. Mm-hmm. Like the melanin and stuff started to dissipate, and he started to look a little ashy, not as like plump in the face or whatever. Now he getting fillers and stuff. So, girl, I think the thing is that when we talk about, I don't know, while I am a person that's like, okay, we're allowed to have different political beliefs or whatever, believe what you believe. But when they're harmful to multiple communities of people, even though in some, you know, people don't understand the plight of Black people. That's just like it's some Latinos that don't understand the plight of Latinos, you know, and, mm-hmm. and you know, and so on and so forth, right? And so I think for me, when we see Black people, you know, it's not that you're just a Republican. It's the fact that you are donating to a MAGA cause. It gives me self-hate.
I think she's lying. Like she's straight lying to us. Like
she's lying. Oh, she did this stuff. She just got no. This is her trying to save face. She's called. I don't believe her apology. I don't believe this is literally her just trying to save face, because she's not trying to get kicked off of this tour, you know, or mm-hmm. for TLC to get kicked off of this tour.
Now,
You know what I mean?
so we put people on like cut her some bait. Now, I would cut her some bait because maybe, just maybe, she did accidentally repost it. But then I start thinking about it, Dom. Why the fuck is that in your algorithm to even be in the first place if you did even accidentally repost it? Why is that in your algorithm?
Because of how you spending your money and the things that you
Or what are you looking at and liking already?
And all of that. Like, you know what I mean? So it's
like
not
if I follow like soccer and a whole bunch. So if I accidentally repost something, it's not a big deal because it's, you know, music stuff and soccer. Like if I accidentally, oh well, I don't have nothing crazy like that in my algo.
Yeah.
I don't even know how. I don't even want to go look at something like that to get it in my algo.
Yeah.
And then somebody went on a deep older podcast and pulled this up from T-Boz being on a show.
All hip hop exclusive.
Yeah.
You guys are about to nominate the biggest jackass in the history of politics. Straight up, period.
I think you're really gonna win.
This is an all hip hop exclusive.
My group member voted for him.
Well, here's my thing is
This is an
I've been telling you.
That was T-Boz, y'all.
Yep, that was T-Boz. And
she was
I was wondering if it was AI because I was like, have we verified this? But apparently this is verified.
Yeah, no, and shout out to allhiphop.com, Chuck Creekmore, and Grouchy Greg. They are journalists. Like them cats went to NYU and stuff when they started allhiphop.com back in the late 90s. So they went through verifying before they put this out there.
So I think the verbiage here is interesting.
Go ahead.
And her saying my bandmate, not my friend.
Ooh,
that is really that is very interesting verbiage. And then it takes you back to, you know, there was a clip not too long ago where they was talking about TLC and how it used to be another girl, and then Pebbles didn't like the girl that she and Lisa had, and then Pebbles found Chilli.
Mm-hmm.
And then they replaced her with Chilli. So I think about that, the history of that, and it wasn't like, you know, not saying, oh, you were not the girl that we originally chosen, but we have these contractual obligations to work with each other. You're my coworker. That's how that feels. That's how that came out. And I'm not negating that, you know, you could be friends with your coworkers. Y'all can have outings. Y'all have all these things together. But it's something interesting in that.
That was a Breakfast Club interview, Dom. That T-Boz said that.
Yeah. So wow.
So that was.
But there's still interesting terminology and verbiage that's used there. And so maybe that was like, okay, you are just my bandmate. We are no longer, our views on the line. And it's okay to have different views from your friend. But when it's detrimental to multiple groups of people, this is where we don't align. I got a problem with you. So we're going to get this money together and I'm going to keep it moving along. But I don't fuck with you like that. That is how that reads.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a whole bunch of more salacious stuff if y'all want to look it up about within TLC, the group. We're not.
Yeah, I know they said that apparently she and Chilli and Left Eye had a little like some beef too.
Yeah, there's some it's even deeper than that with Chilli and some LA Reid stuff too. You know what I'm saying? If you want to dive into the archives on that, Pebbles claims was going down. But the funniest thing about this all to me is at first I thought there's one person that I thought was pushing this narrative from the back ends. Because at first I was like, I didn't realize that the reason somebody jumped on her is because of the retweet, the repost. Mm-hmm. Originally, my conspiracy theory, what is the one person that is not on this Salt and Pepper, In Vogue, and TLC tour besides the late great Left Eye?
I mean, Rona.
I mean, she could potentially be a suspect, yes.
She okay. She was there for a long time.
Yeah, but she could potentially be a suspect. There's someone else that I had my problem on.
Shit, I don't know.
Dawn Robinson. She living in her car right now. And now if you transitioning into what you want, it seemed like they want Dawn back in the group because they brought Max back as well.
Yes.
They tried to get the 4 band together, and Dawn won her bread.
Yeah. I you know what? I saw that, and when I was reading the through the article and all this stuff, I just was like, this is an APB for Don, and we want you to come back and do the tour with us. So I think it's just really interesting because Don is like, I'm not fucking with y'all. You know, I don't need y'all. And I'm like, that's crazy for somebody to say, living out their car. What the hell? I mean, we know what happened. They were saying that it was Tracy that was sleeping with the exec, and
she's married to the producer that started when the producer started the group. She's married to him.
Oh, I didn't know they got married. But you know, like the whole drama between that, because I do remember her you know, having like a single and everything. But
to my Tracy.
Yes.
Oh no, her album Songbird was or Soul, I think it was Songbird or Soul Girl, was a pretty good album.
Okay.
It's a pretty good album.
Also, like, I wasn't to.
What if DOC never got into that car accident? What if Ice Cube didn't leave NWA? What if the Game never leaves G-Unit? What if Teddy Riley never moves to Virginia? What if we got that J. Cole and Kendrick album? What if the RZA would have never had that flood? How would the hip-hop world sound today? Welcome to Hip Hop What Is, the podcast where we dive into the biggest what could have beens in hip-hop history. From iconic album delays to game-changing partnerships that never happened. We reimagine the culture we love and explore its alternative paths. And you are now at Hip Hop What Is.
I remember as a kid, because we have like a slight age gap, D. It's not huge. But from what I remember as a kid, it seemed like, you know, Don would have been the front runner.
Terry Ellis. Sorry, not Tracy. Terry Ellis.
Terry.
And it's called Southern Gals, name of the album. It's a pretty nice album. It came in 95.
I knew it was Ellis, but see, I was thinking of Tracy Ellis Ross. But from what I remember as a kid, it seemed like Don would have been the front runner, one to have a solo project. But if that was
Pearl, she did Lucy Pearl.
Yeah, I mean, I said solo. That's not solo.
Oh, yeah, but I'm saying, but she just that was her next project.
But ultimately, I say all that to say, I think that, you know, if that wasn't, it seemed like she wasn't on that kind of time yet, because we're in this group, we making money together, and y'all still kind of playing us on our money, y'all shortchanging us, and then you underwriting us and doing this project, and then I'm like supposed to be tied to this because I'm supposed to get this if we let you do this. So it was a lot of like all this back and forth and empty promises, it seemed like. So I understand our frustration in leaving the group, right? But there has to be something like on top of residual funds that what the fuck else happened? Because where you're like, I'd rather live in my car than to go on tour with these hoes.
Yeah, that's the killer right there.
That's the killer.
That's what I'm saying.
So tell people, you say you got a theory.
Well, that was my theory, is that her Rona figured out a way to sabotage this whole tour, because this tour is done for.
I would say
done for. It's very high in jeopardy, because the main group of people that would be coming to this show, and what is the percentage of black women that voted for Donald Trump? I think it's 6%, 5%.
Yeah, it's like something really small.
So you're talking about 90, and his approval rating is at what, 30-some% right now. So you're talking about the majority of the people coming to the show. And my thing is, I think there's even more insulting for her to try to act like she ain't do that shit, that it was all accident and things like that. Now she could.
I will say this.
Now she wanted to flip it.
Tour, yeah, they are trying to save face, but I think I believe if
she could say, I did that, and I apologize.
I think if Dawn did go back, I think that would shift it.
Yes, but also T-Boz, not T-Boz, Chilli can get out of this if she says, hey, I did vote for him. I'm seeing the error in my ways. It's not working out like I thought. I think that could have been a better than what she's doing.
Yeah, absolutely. But also,
I have another conspiracy.
I would say, who else is it? Just those two? Isn't it another group?
Yeah, Salt and Pepper.
I would say that TLC
with Spinderella. They got Spinderella back.
I know they got Spinderella back. I do know that. Okay, so that's a safe base. I would say if Dawn came back, that would also help. But I would go as far as replacing TLC, not trying to be funny, with SWV or Escape. Just to be
Well,
honest.
you can't do it. Candy ain't riding with none of them chicks right now, so it's going to have to be SWV.
Candy, like they go back and forth, but they still been able to carry it without Candy. Candy
Okay.
come in and out, and
Now,
so do Natasha.
My conspiracy, I got a not a
And
conspiracy.
Candy,
I got a better
let me say this
replacement.
about Candy. Don't discount Miss Candy, because Candy Miss Get a Bag Burris or is that Todd? Was Burris Todd's last name? What was Candy original last name? It ain't.
Candy, I don't know what her original last. It is Burris, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I was like, let's look it up, because I was
I think
like,
it's Burris. I think it's Candy Burris. I don't think she ever changed her name.
okay. I thought it was
No, I think it's Candy Burris.
okay.
So
Yeah,
now-
because Todd's last name is Tucker. Yes.
Yeah, I got another what they could do.
But here's the thing. Wait. Well, you know her divorce is final.
Yes.
So
yes.
she didn't have to pay out a lot.
No.
And there's no spousal support, no child support. He got some cars, 6 cars. She got 5 and whatnot. But she's like, hey, Candy gonna get a bag. She gonna get a check. And so it wouldn't be a bad thing if she went and went in, you know, the tour ain't that long. So she could, you know, do this real quick, re-up, and go, you know, get another car. Buy them cars again.
Now, I got another group that can go in here. Now, if I'm Chilli could go full MAGA here and just say, fuck it, I'm gonna get that money over there and break up TLC. All right. T-Boz joins Black and becomes Blacked. And now you bring Black together with T-Boz. It's called Blacked. BLQUET, Blacked. And you go back and you just go run with that. And you can run with that. You can do all them songs. You singing all the lead anyway and all them songs anyway. And those two girls can sing. They can see them Chilli parts. And you could go fully through and pave a new way. Blacked. New TLC Black Fusion. Tell me.
I'm kind of not mad at it, but we know
Look,
that
you got to sit with it for a second. As immediately you don't be like, you kind of like think about it. You like, I don't know. But then if you think about it, and that those two young ladies that are in Black can sing Chilli's parts because they're good singers, that we can just move forward with this group. You're gonna put Left Eye's lyrics up anyway.
I'm not mad at it.
You're gonna put Left Eye's lyrics up anyway. Like, why not make it Blacked? BLAQUET, Blacked.
Well, chop this up and slide in T-Boz DMs with it.
Yeah, I'm proud. I can't be the first person that you brought this up to her. Can't be. I can't be.
I mean, you don't know. I mean, well, then here we go.
I can't be the first person to come up with Blacked.
You might have been
Blacked. All right, Waka Flocka Flame here, Dom. What's going on with him?
I mean, here another one that's still. I'm gonna stand beside him talking about
True
that.
believer.
You know, I think it's just really weird that we have so many people see what's happening in the state of this country at the hands of this motherfucking criminal. How are we still here? Nick Cannon too, get up in here because you can get this smoke too.
All right, well,
And
I'll
I'm
play it right now. Hold on.
And I'm like, yo, wait a second. Here's the thing. You ain't got to play no shit because we need to talk our shit. We know what the fuck the motherfucker said. And I think it's always so crazy because, like, you know, someone who has a terminal illness, you know, healthcare is not great. And I get it, when you have money, things are slightly different for you. But we know he, you know, an idiot just based on how many kids he keep having and having unprotected sex and having sneaking on women's bodies and saying,
now,
oh,
one thing. Hold on. Before I found out that clip was actually, he did that a year ago.
I don't care.
But some reason he put it out, which he could have held that, which is weird. But go ahead.
But because people do anything for clout. We live in this day and age where people don't care how things are detrimental to other people and it's harmful. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's just really fucked up that we still run with this narrative of, you know, praising somebody that wants to annihilate, you know, your entire race of people. And I'm not just talking about Latinos. I'm talking about black people, because we know they're gonna start fucking with us next, because they're already fucking with us. You see what y'all doing, how they coming through in our neighborhoods with tanks and doing all of this shit, and y'all arresting people that are U.S. citizens, you know. And so it's just really weird to me, and it's disgusting. And like I said, when we say all, you know, all skin folk and kin folk, these are the prime example. And I'm like, you are not educated enough to speak on certain things, and you don't understand the influence that you have, and people just hear you saying certain shit, and you don't even understand what the three branches of government fucking are.
Yeah,
and y'all still talking about motherfucking when they gave us that COVID relief, which wasn't even no money. That shit didn't even cover my fucking rent. And so my issue is that we have a lot of people that we've allowed to become celebrities that are fucking idiots.
Well, this is the thing, though. I do want to, you know, actually, I want to touch on it right here a little bit. I've been doing some research on former, you know, people that have supported presidents that we as a community didn't fuck with, particularly Richard Nixon.
Yep.
In this case, Sammy Davis Jr. supported him. Sammy Davis Jr. technically is the very first black person to stay in the White House that was not a worker there. That true story. He's the first black person to stay in the White House. Okay. Under Richard Nixon was the first one to invite him there. They were boys. They were friends. And Sammy Davis Jr. later on says in his book how he regretted that aligning himself with Richard, but he was very cool with him. And Richard kept on telling him he was going to help him out and help out black people and do certain things for black people. And was constantly saying it, but nothing ever materialized with him doing shit. So he got pissed off with him and then kind of broke away from him. The other person, and he's a fucking loose cannon for real. And we all know this. Is James Brown is the other person that was supporting Richard Nixon. Now, keep in mind, this is the same James Brown that went on with ABC Nightline News, high as a kite.
We welcome you, James Brown. How did all of this trouble begin?
Living in America. There's nothing wrong.
And what are you going to say to your fans when they ask you some questions about it?
I'm going to say I feel good.
It sounds to me as though you're not troubled by any of this at all.
This is a man's world.
Thanks for reminding us of that. James, I have to ask you one serious question here. I understand you already have started divorce proceedings. Does that mean that you're now eligible?
Yes, I'm eligible. I'm singing. I want to mingle. Papa's got a brand new bag of living in America.
The women love you when you get out there.
Why is that, ladies?
Well, I'm asking you.
Huh? Because I look good.
Why do you think that is?
I smell good. I feel good.
And you sing good.
And make love good.
Oh. Well, there we are. We don't have to ask anybody else. We got that from the source. There you are.
Papa's got a brand new bag. It's a man's world.
If you go online, he's literally sweating. If you want to be with me, you hear me now? You hear me? Well, James, supposedly you pulled a shotgun on your wife. Shotgun? Only shotgun I do is love. You hear me? Peter Jennings. Like,
oh my God.
High as a kite. On Nightline News talking about, and like he come on with you. It's so funny, y'all. I'm mad that, and rest in peace to the great Chadwick Boseman. I wonder if they would have did that one in the scenes though and have him recreate that. Because as soon as he come up on the screen, he like this.
Who was that did recreate that? Was it Offset?
Did somebody recreated the James Brown on Nightline?
Yeah, it was like in something. I think it was Offset.
Hold on. It was an 88. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, a rapper recreated that, and I'm seeing Offset, but I could be wrong. But I think it was Offset.
Also, a couple people have redone this. Oh, Jordan.
I'm sorry.
With somebody. Jordan Peele redid it with somebody.
Yeah, for like that. But I think
Funny or Die, I think, or something like that.
But I swear I saw Offset do that.
Let me see. Offset. Oh, Offset and Jamie Lee Curtis. Yep,
Okay.
2 years ago.
I'm like, I know I saw it. I see him.
I need somebody that's a great actor to do that. Like there's somebody like a Don Cheadle or somebody to sit there and be James. Like
Don Cheadle. That's
I'm talking,
that's like my I have a huge crush on Don Cheadle.
And he just come on the screen with them glasses on. But anyway, this is not the first time that people have aligned themselves with some of these different presidents and things like that. Now, I will give Sammy Davis Jr. has had a tumultuous life. That's a crazy story in itself. Because like he was aligned with the Church of Satan at one point, all kind of crazy shit.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit going on back then. But I just wondered, like, people always give grace to Trump for all these different things. They be like, well, he was hanging out with black folks at the clip, because Amber Rose and them talks about it in their clip or whatever that Nick Cannon was like, well, man, he would hang out with Russell Simmons and different people, and then Amber Rose, he dated a black girl. Like, damn, like this our curve now for what it is.
I think.
But we never bring up none of the negative shit he was on, though. At least not we, but I'm saying those people and those.
But I think we've been so conditioned to accept the bare minimum when it comes to like a lot of shit as a society, like as a culture, any fucking way, especially for our people, because we've been through so much. So when we just get a little bit or get in the space, we supposed to be, hooting and hollering, acting a fucking fool. And when it's just like, no, like, that's cool, but like that, when did that become the criteria to be accepted and for us to just take somebody bullshit? That's cool. He hung out with black people. That's cool. He got black friends. But we're talking about the state of now. What's happening with the people to our country, the people that are still riding for this nigga, and gas is what price? Groceries are what? Rent is going up, and it's just going to continuously get worse and worse and worse. And it's like, the interesting thing about seeing stories like movies and stuff like Running Man, or even things like Paradise. You start to get the idea these ideas come from somewhere, and is this something that they would do where it would force? It's like you either really wealthy, or are you you poor, trying to barter to get by. You can't even afford to get medicine for your sick kid. Like that was one of the premises in like the Running Man, and so you are willing to put your life on the line to try not to get killed to win $1 million possibly.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Even when we talk about like when I'm talking about the Richard Nixon stuff, like Will Chamberlain supported him, Jackie Robinson did as well. So like it's Joe Lewis too. Like it was some people that were prominent that were doing that. It's just that maybe now it's a grift more now. I'm sorry. I know the Richard Nixon thing may have been a little. I don't feel Richard Nixon was necessarily a grift. I think that some of those black people believe that they could get some stuff done working with Richard Nixon. I think that the whole thing with Trump though is a grift. That's the difference, to be honest with you. I mean. And it's just because if you look, and I'm really, really upset with Nick Cannon with this shit. I'm not even going to bar you none though with it, because I respect him and what he's done and stuff, but he's smarter than that, than what he was talking about it with the Republican Party and the stuff he's talking about with Trump and things like that. Like, dude, with the Republican Party, I want to play that clip because I want to give him contact real quick. Hold on.
Part of the Republican Party.
That's right. Former Democrat, former liberal.
Yeah.
I was a liberal Democrat my whole life.
Is that because the bag has got so intense and so heavy that you had a whole nother, you up there with the elite now?
Not even close. Not even close. Democrats don't care about black people.
Okay,
and they don't care about people. They don't care about people of color. And the Republicans do, and that's the misconception.
And you know what? I agree with you 100%.
Thank you,
People
Nick.
don't know that the Democrats is the party of the KKK.
Yep.
People don't know that the Republicans are the party that freed the slaves.
Yep.
I mean, both of you and I have some conservative views. You just a little bit more outspoken about it than I.
See, that right there, though, man. Like, we know. I'm not going to insult our listeners. Y'all know that the difference between the Republicans and Democrats and how it changed up in the 50s and 60s and how things changed up. It's not the same Republican Party of that time period of slavery, and it's not the same Dixiecrats from before. So y'all know, and it's the thing though, and the thing that's so funny about all these little shits, and even if you go listen to some of the other clips, they are all white Republican talking points they use against black folks, and they be picking up on that shit. And I'm not saying that all Democrat. I'm not even registered a Democrat. I'm just saying though, like, let's just be truthful about this whole thing. If we want to discredit, talk about Democrats and what they have not done, I'm fine with that. But let's not sit out here and be lying. And y'all, and you want to look like you're smart. Nick wants to feel like he's smart, and sometimes I think he wants to feel like he's anti-cultural and he's a revolutionary dude. Hey, like I told Sleep with them on that show. Hey man, you still a capitalist, B.
Yeah,
you are a multi-hundred millionaire. You are a capitalist, Nick Cannon. I know you trying, y'all cats. It's the cool thing now, and I have a whole theory. I do want to break down the show. It's a double theory. You want opinion and listeners. I think that whatever Beyonce man acts like is the man that women want to be with. And then our second thing is some niggas now are trying to be revolutionary capitalists, and you can't do both.
Yeah,
you can't be a revolutionary and be a capitalist. They don't go. You can be compassionate capitalist. You can give money. You can do for people and help out people, but you are not a revolutionary. You are not.
This
you
is
are
even
a capitalist.
This is
that
even
is compassionate.
Simpler. Let me tell you. This is even simpler. Nick Cannon is the stereotypical, atypical, corny ass nigga that grows up and gets on and gets money. It is just that simple. And so so there's a lot of things that you haven't confronted and faced, and so you say shit and you do shit trying to be funny and go against the grain, and you find yourself in fucked up like silly ass situations like this. So it's like you're trying to be so anti because people were so like not fucking with you, and now I got to do something to set myself apart. This is simple. This is basic math here. He's basic math because his behavior is basic. The nigga has how many kids, how many broken homes have you created? When we talk about stuff like that, and you want to get online and talk about, oh, we're Republican, we have a couple of views. Okay, whore. What are we talking about? You the biggest whore that we know.
Like you out here the whole bunch of kids, dog, making them broken.
You got hella fucking, and it's not like,
and that's what the Republican values is, the family values. What the fuck?
Yes, and so and again, like we talk about you being able to access all these kids at one time on purpose. You house hopping. Everybody ain't going to motherfucking Mariah Carey house because she ain't fucking with you like that. You know, like she got your kids. It seems like your kids, Mariah kids, barely even want to fuck with you. You an embarrassment. And you say all these different things to say, oh, I'm this person and I do this and that. This is what I think about you. Amber, you had a slut walk. You the biggest hoe that we know. And you wanted us to embrace sex workers and all these things, which I think sex workers should be protected at all costs. Because I mean, it's a job. But we live in this country where you got motherfucking who the motherfucker that got caught up yesterday cross-dressing?
Oh, the former press secretary's Homeland Security's husband.
And y'all talk about these people, and all y'all are freaks.
Christy Noam's husband.
Yes, and all y'all doing freaky ass shit behind closed doors. All y'all got pedophilia going on, and the same thing go for the fucking church. All y'all can for real. Suck a dick and die for real. Because
they coming out with more and more hits. Model was paid $25 a minute to talk dirty with Christy Noam's cross-dressing husband on webcam. That just came out 2 hours ago. Wow. In the New York Times. Damn.
And these are people you want to align yourself with. And I ain't saying Democrats are innocent or anything.
No, but let's keep it.
I'm not saying this, but let's just keep it a bit. Them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So I and for real, Nick Corny. That's his name, Nick Corny. you ain't really talking nothing for us any fucking way. Like you kind of, you and I'm happy that you have navigated your way to the top. You hustle and you did, like, I can't take anything from you like that. You know?
No, he's amazingly a businessman and things like that.
Yeah, so I'm not taking that from you, but like I said, this is a basic mathematic formula with him, and this is the person that's trying. Because I have money, his money. He thinks that his money has made him cool. No, it has. You can still have money and be corny. I've dated the niggas that have money and are corny. Sorry.
Oh man.
And the bitches that you with, they're using you for your money. They don't love you. Sorry, honey.
Oh man, Dom. This is gonna be a shorter show, y'all. Make sure y'all hit us up on the voicemail 314-649-3113. Where can people hit you up at?
You can find me wherever you social network at St. Angeles. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share Whiskey Sour. Have an amazing episode coming out with my homeboy Q, that is a trainer, and we're talking about getting fit spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. And be sure to subscribe, and share all the podcasts on the SOLC Network.
Yes. Make sure you go vote. Go vote too. If you in the show notes, go vote.
We're anxious to see how this is gonna end. So yeah, y'all check us out and see us back here next week.
All right, see you guys.